excited.
Yo, and I saw was talking about the movies. I'm like, okay, I'm down with that. I'm down with talking about, and they talk about the musicals. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
okay, something interesting going on here. But anyway, what we were saying, because right now we're recorded. But listen, I may or may not have told you this, but dude, me being the SETI Glazer, it's always a war with me every day, because I've essentially coined this term called the SETI blind witnesses, aka these are people who make it their job, their due diligence, to downplay SETI. This has been a thing that's been going on for years, since this arc began and since this man has been training. In the very beginning, you're an OG, so you would know. People were calling this guy a bum. He wasn't that special. He wasn't anything crazy. And then 366 dropped, and he was, and like this man shows like a godly feat already. Seconds, activating his aura nodes, manipulating his aura, doing things that going by the very beginning of Chimera and who's had months of training couldn't do. And these guys will still find ways, reasons to downplay him, being like, "Oh, this ain't nothing yet." 368 dropped, learned Go half a day, which means 10 being able to also do 10 and Ren, because in order to get to Gyo, which is one of the advanced properties, you need to like have trained 10 and Ren. And this guy did this casually without sweating. These guys still find reasons to like discredit my boy. These guys always find like some ways to move the goalpost.
I would think the number one thing the story reinforces over and over again is like you don't want to underestimate Sari. That's
exactly.
Like, the one thing
like stop underestimating him. You're looking like a clown.
Like the number one thing.
Like how many times are we gonna keep getting feats and feats and feats and feats until these people finally stop downplaying my GOAT? Like, and then like, oh, these guys talk shit. 375. This man has performed a feat in terms of combat intelligence that surpasses Nen users with decades of experience, and this is like less than 5 days of training. And then he gives us a Ren feat that eclipses that of a Royal Guard, and then by extension eclipses that of Hisoka and Illumi. They still find ways to downplay that, to discredit the GOAT. And then the legendary 384 dropped. The Nen Beasts. This man has shown us a feat that not even Royal Guards, not even a Royal Guard has achieved. Not even a Chimera Ant has achieved. Remember, when Chitu was desperate and his back was to the corner against Morel, he had to consciously. There's the difference. There needed to be an active stimuli to force him to evolve and create an ability. Same with Pito. For Pito, it was the desire to fight Kite again, to experience that euphoria. Seti's instincts are on such a massive level that they operate beyond the beyond. That his instincts are so godlike that eclipses that of Royal Guards, that he sensed the impending assassination attempt a day after. And they still find ways to discredit this. This man has given us a feat that makes
Toba could take him.
What's up, man?
Koven Toba could take him.
True. Koven Toba could dog walk my GOAT.
It's true.
True.
Nah, but you know what they say, man. You gotta cope somehow.
These guys will continue coping. My GOAT will dog walk Sockov, and they'll still find. I already can tell. They're gonna be like, oh, he's just a tomato can. Dude, every character to my GOAT is a tomato can. What are we talking about? every character on this ship and most of the characters in the story are plumbers and milkmen. Knuckle and Shoot are plumbers and milkmen. Gon and Kill were struggling against these two jabronis. Literally, Knuckles a milkman. He milks the clock. That's what he does.
I mean, the thing is,
Yeah.
Knuckles' ability is just really powerful.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to count. It's very hard to counter unless like you go in with the shark plan, or you just someone
Just
like
insta kill him.
Who can just like adapt like
Yeah.
really quickly.
Or you just insta kill him. There's no need to play the aura game. The aura Monopoly. I give you $100. Now you pay me this and that. No, instant death. There's no need to do that.
That's the ideal situation.
And then
which is funny because they were training him out of assassination techniques. But I did see the irony there.
And then chapter 387. They're like, oh, but there's weaknesses to it, man. He's not invincible. The coat, man, the coat is just unreal. Completely forgetting the fact that this man Seti, within seconds, understood the most complex ability gifted to him, and already figured out the two biggest main weaknesses, and has already repudiated one of them completely by chapter 402. And then now he's taken down from 9 seconds to 3 seconds. Granted, 3 seconds is still a very short time, but in the world of Hunter x Hunter, characters can do like 10 to 15 bajillion things in a few seconds, because that's the kind of world we live in Hunter x Hunter. This man is not just trying to settle for 3 seconds. He's taking this to point one.
A planet in Hunter x Hunter.
This man's taking it to under a second. Remember, this is Netero Pito level speed. Like, these guys were out there activating their things with an under a second. You know? But they'll continue finding ways to discredit my go, and it's a constant battle. It's a constant fight.
You know what they say about giving the strongest lessons to the strongest soldiers, the strongest challenges. I mean, but
yeah, like, dude, and this is also the same when it comes to my Hulkenberg glaze, bro. People called me delusional. Or they were saying I was out of pocket for even insinuating and saying that Hulkenberg is top 3 material. And then suddenly all these people, by the time 403, 404 popped up, these guys were glazing him. Like, come on. Like, I just see the vision. Look at this this fool, man. He says, what second part, the one I quoted, how do you genuinely expect anyone to separate the first and second sentences when they work so perfectly together that it comes off as it was your intention to be read in the same context? Bro, I can't help it. That's a you problem. That's a you problem.
Bro, we don't have to argue over syntax and
and I'm not gonna
the English language right now.
Yeah, like, come on, bro.
Like maybe next time. Maybe next time. That could be a whole other thing.
Yeah.
Like teaching these people how to read so they stop complaining about the long dialogue chapters.
Yeah. Dude, oh yeah. What do you think about what the volume 39 cover is gonna be? Because my bet's on Seti.
I just in general don't try to predict anything in regards to Dogashi because like I'm always wrong.
Yeah.
Just like I'm way off. So like his brain works on a completely different level than mine. I completely acknowledge that.
Yeah.
I suppose if I had to take like a wild guess, like maybe it'll be a character who will die in the volume, but we'll see. And that's just very vague. I couldn't tell you like which character. Maybe Shinkaku if she dies and like he sends her off on the
Shikaku?
No, my bad. I'm confusing it. The characters, but
You mean Lynch Fuboku? Is that what you're referring to?
No, I don't think they'll die.
I mean, Lynch is already dead.
Yeah. No, Lynch is already dead.
Yeah,
but I don't think her friends are going to die. Henrik's gonna survive the volume.
Yeah.
Blood guy, whose name I forget, is gonna survive.
No, because here's the thing. I'm asking you the volume 39 cover, basically for the
Yeah.
chapters we already had, not the future 10.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay, okay. Not the one in the future. Oh, then yeah, it's probably gonna be. It's probably gonna be. Yeah, probably Terror Sandwich.
Mm.
I don't see why not.
Listen, if
Because he
yeah,
is the most relevant one who's going to continue being relevant.
yep.
So
And my goat still hasn't had a solo volume cover.
right,
You know,
exactly. So
we need that to happen. If it's
you gotta
him,
have like the main villains and like the main
yeah.
characters with
If
their volume covers.
if it's him, I
Oh,
may
it's definitely.
very likely change my
He's
pro.
definitely getting one at some point.
Yeah,
So most likely, the earlier the better.
yeah. If it's him, there's a strong possibility that my Twitter profile may change.
All right, all right.
Yeah, from that
Very
godly
cool.
362 panel to a volume cover of the goat.
That would be nice.
Also, did you get a chance to read chapter 2 of the light novel?
I have not yet.
Mm,
That's the thing. I've been wanting to read it, but I've only just recovered from the food coma.
yeah.
So y'all have to forgive me for that. But I
Um,
will read it soon. It is the top priority.
you don't need to ask forgiveness from the viewers. They probably didn't read it either. Yeah.
No, because like you have some big time fans up in the comic section.
I
I
do.
do read
I
those.
do. They
Yeah,
some of them probably did read it, but
yeah,
majority
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have confidence in them.
Yeah.
You got the peak audience,
Yeah.
or the peak series.
But yeah, like it's not long until the goat Togashi. No, like let's talk the hunter greatness, man. I'm
Yeah, we're
excited.
gonna get a volume cover, color pages, all that.
Hmm.
And losers might actually do something. It's gonna be crazy.
We'll see. We'll see what Yugi Moto will do.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm
Oh
very
yeah.
curious.
No, actually, he's not watching this video. But
Who was that?
uh, he was asking. It was about it was in the chapter 406 discussion with Grin with Zane, where or maybe it was 8-bit magic, where he talks about the Yu Yu anime, and he talked about the Sakyo Shizuru romance subplot from that anime. Man, they added a whole bunch of they removed a bunch of stuff from the manga.
Mm.
Okay, now we're slowly submerging deeper and deeper, and a lot of these look way more interesting. I'm like, okay, like this looks like we can
Yeah,
actually stuff that we could talk about.
I'm very excited to get more into the different Togashi discographies, the different
Mm-hmm.
series he's done.
Oh yeah. Okay, first let's talk about Jing equals Yusuke, Yu Yu Hakusho, Hunter x Hunter unifying theory.
All right, so we're starting off crispy. Do you want to go first?
I'll go first, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So this is mostly in referring to the fact that drawing wise, Jing and Yusuke look very similar in terms of design. This is also referring to that New Year's comic panel sketch that Togashi drew, I believe, back in 2012. And he draws Poof, he draws Hisoka, he shows Hisoka's calligraphy. He draws Sayu, he draws Yusuke, and then Yusuke's like, bro, who's Jing? Why am I here? I'll kill you. You know, and then he draws some other characters. You know, so Togashi even wrote the dialogue where people like mistook Yusuke for Jing. You know, they look physically similar. They even kind of have like similar like temper tantrums. They beat the hell out of everybody. They're kind of meat-headed in a way. You know, Yusuke's kind of like the highest, like one of the higher echelons of his own series.
Hmm.
You know, similar to Jing. You know, Yusuke, his thing was, finding Ryzen and then having his ancestor. His human father, human dad was like a no show. You see him in the manga though, but anime onlys don't know this unless they read the manga. Jing, his father was lost at sea. You know, I've had a theory that, well, me and Grin had this theory that the reason that Jing even set onto this like conquest, or even this journey, and even learned about Dome Freaks in the first place, was because he was following his father's footsteps, and maybe his father uncovered something in relation to DC and Dome Freaks, and was probably trying to follow the footprints of his ancestry, his lineage, and maybe like came to discover from there. But what do you think? Because this is also talking about the idea that the world of Hunter and the world of Yu Yu is in the same, I suppose, in the same verse.
Mm. Well, there's a lot of things to cover, so
Yeah.
I'll start with the more abstract stuff and like move to the more concrete. So
Mm-hmm.
for one thing, like you said, they both look very similar, and I imagine, and this is just like me, this might be me misreading it, but I feel like both of them have a lot of Togashi's character put into them, like the angsty part of his nature that he likes to portray in his main characters or major characters.
Mm-hmm.
He likes to put that in like he likes to put like his bum swagger energy, for lack of a better term, into like these characters, and both Yusuke and Jin share that similar world, as it were. So that's probably one reason like people immediately make the connection. Another thing is that Gon and Yusuke have also often been do you do like side by side with them, and like people project Yusuke as like kind of like an older brother to Gon in like fan fiction a lot of the time, and like
Yeah.
cross world like type of thing.
I
So
remember
like the
I remember like episode 148, or like chapter 330 339, where it looks like Jing's using the spirit gun.
yeah.
Well, spirit gun for the casuals. It's in reality it's ray gun, but whatever. You know. You know.
But yeah, it's cool stuff. Um, both of them have this sense of adventure that they like to go on.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like you can both we seen Jing riding on that creature that rides on another creature and rides
Yeah.
on another creature, and you can totally see Yusuke doing that exact same thing. So they're very similarly coded in terms of their characterization.
Yep.
The other thing is that, quite frankly, people like to make a lot of connections between the UU world and the Hunter x Hunter world,
Mm-hmm.
and try to like connect them literally, and like that is both harder and easier than you would think. It's easier than you would think because technically speaking, the Yu Yu Hakusho world does have nen and layers to it. So theoretically,
Oh.
you could be like, "Oh, the Hunter x Hunter world is just on a different layer." Um, and it does have nen, like I said. So the power system is possible to like converge over, depending on how you want to like map out the like power levels.
Mm-hmm.
But even if you take that like literally, take that all seriously, you can't actually think that Jing and Yusuke are the same person. If only because they grew up in entirely different environments. Like we know Jing's backstory, so
Yep.
in the manga, so we don't have like Yusuke being like him traveling from another world
Yep.
in that backstory. So,
Yep.
but the idea that
He isn't like my
Yu
goat
Yu
Baka
Hakusho,
Oji.
yeah,
My
Mako,
goat canonically is in Hunter x Hunter.
right. So the evidence that the worlds are connected is there. It's just that the idea that the characters are the same is
Mm-hmm.
not so much.
Is that all you have to say for this?
Yeah, unless I can think of anything else, then I'll just
Yeah.
bring it up later.
Okay.
But
I mean, even besides Jing Yusuke, there's a lot of similarities, ideas that come back and are used throughout Hunter from Yu Yu, abilities, characters, ideas, you know,
Mm-hmm.
time and time again. Even other characters, Hiei, Killua, Kuwabara, Leorio, Kurama, Kurapika, like,
Marina and Mariko
and Sakia,
and
and
Sakya. Yeah,
Sensui.
it
Sakia,
goes deep.
yeah,
The
it goes
parallels
deep.
go pretty deep.
It goes deep, even abilities. Padal is basically Makantaro, the
Mm-hmm.
guy, the guy who could like turn his arm into an axe, and he got diced up by Hiei.
Yeah, his aesthetics were like peak.
Mm-hmm. And there was also the Doctor from Chapter Black. His ability is basically Yushohi's.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Yu Kaito. That's basically Yoko Tani's LSDF. Like time and time again. And he also takes ideas and from the paranormal, because we actually finally get to see cursed spirits in this arc with the ones that are infesting Fugetsu, which is pretty cool.
Indeed.
Anyway, Shueisha Hive Mind. So
I mean, they do act like a hive mind. I'll give them that.
Could you elaborate on what this is?
So, the Shueisha hive mind. Well, all corporations could be considered a type of hive mind, depending on how efficient they may or not be in the society that they exist in. In more collectivist societies, the corporation does take on the role over like the family and stuff. And depending on like different people, different circumstances, and all that. But generally speaking, it can take on like that type of role and power in a society. So in that sense, the way Shueisha controls all its employees and the people who work under it, and like works them to death and all that, in the similar way to black companies in Japan, you could argue it's a high mind in that sense. Whether or not they seek to achieve literal high mind sentience, I doubt it, because
Yeah.
Shueisha actually has a pretty liberal streak, all things considered. I would argue in terms of its politics, but that's a complicated argument to make, and it's unrelated to Hunter x Hunter specifically. So.
Yeah. Listen, as long as they treat my goat like the king that he is, I'm good. You can ask any.
Togashi has to do whatever whatever the fuck you want, card.
Yeah, bro, he is Shueisha at this point. Like that doll, the image of the doll manipulating the doll, and that doll being manipulated by a bigger doll.
Exactly.
At the very end, is Togashi with Shueisha.
And he has it in one hand, and he has the pen writing Hunter x Hunter in the other.
Yeah. Dude, Maigo has so many accolades. Like, Shueisha cannot tell this man what to do. He's got all this power and control. Like, he's achieved... Like, no other mangaka has had this level of clout. Like, this man can come in, do whatever he pleases, and then an unfortunate, inferior story will get axed. And we're about to see that happen. I will never get over
how JJK had to get axed.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
To make way
beautiful.
For our boy.
Bro. 401, 410 saved the industry.
Worth it too.
It was worth it too, because those 10 chapters.
100.
Each of those 10 chapters cleared everything that Gege ever wrote in his life, and he would agree. Agree.
Yeah.
This man was worshipping the hell out of Togashi every week when those chapters were coming out. 100%.
For real. Oh,
it's funny, bro. The Gege fans the JJK fans are funny as hell. When like talking about their goat is better than my goat, but like, bro, your goat believes he's inferior to my goat. Dude, he even stated that he owns all of his volumes, and he's even seen as creepy by his friends for it. Like, this obsession. Like, come on.
Oh man, yeah, that's crazy.
But Togashi is the hive mind. Let's be real here. He controls it all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just how it is.
Yeah. Leorio, true potential.
The real question is, could Leorio at his peak potential, like let's say he goes full Gonsan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sacrifices all his potential for that. How long does he last against your goat? Yeah.
he lasts less than Medium. Dude, Medium would fight my goat and be like, bro, what is this power? How does a human achieve this level of greatness? Dude, I talked about this to my friend. I told him, listen, if Sedanich and Medium went and trained at a hyperbolic time chamber, they had all the time, and they had about a year. Medium would reach his peak for like first, because his ceiling is just lower. Meanwhile, Sedanich's growth, Seti's growth is just so exponential, it boggles the mind. Because he's already displayed feats that make Netero look like a bum. This guy reached his peak at age 46, and because of his own insanity, how driven he was able to finagle the likes of Royal Guards and surpass them. They couldn't do a damn thing. They can't even see his attack. Not even Medium himself. Meanwhile, you have a guy who had the same mentality at age 12 to 13 in the 7th grade. And he has, not even arguably, it's definitive. Togashi even gave us the info. You just read the story, you have to actually pay attention. That this guy's ceiling eclipses that of Netero. And people say, oh, but genetics, man, genetics. No, dude. The genetics are mediocre. The Netero genetics are whatever. Bro, he is him because he is that guy. That's all there is to it. If he trained a year, he would perform far better than Netero ever did in his peak against Medium. Far better. By a year of training of, because think about it. Gon, vastly inferior. Bro, this isn't even like a contest. We all know this. Gon and Killua has shown feats, and they've all been vastly inferior to Seti. The only thing they can like kind of have like a shot over him is Zetsu speed, or like the speed of learning Zetsu. But even then, that's like whatever, bro. Seti Zetsu is the greatest in the game. This man ran on a treadmill, was gaming, playing on his like Nintendo Switch, and he was talking to someone, all while maintaining Zetsu. Gon couldn't even do that. Gon needed to get into Zetsu just to even like dodge Guido's goddamn tops. That's pathetic. If my goat was fighting Guido, he would have just went into Zetsu for the hell of it, just to challenge himself. But anyway, Gon went into Gonsan mode. Again, remember, vastly inferior to Seti in terms of talent, everything. And he pushed himself to several decades of training, like what he could be, what he could end up achieving if he
he was a threat to Meru.
Yup. If he was, if you pulled him, if he trained consistently for years, for decades.
And you don't think Leora could have reached that same level, right?
No.
Right. Okay, so then we're clear then.
Yeah, we're clear.
Like the relative power scale is like around.
But what I'm saying is
less than Royal Guard level, I would say.
Yeah. Gon.
Like that's his true potential. Yeah. But that's just me. I could be wrong. Someone could feel free to debate me in the comments.
Yeah.
There, but I would say he was.
So I'm not done with my agenda yet. I'm not done with my agenda. You're gonna have to hold off there real quick. But what I'm saying is,
the agenda comes first.
Yeah, the agendas come first. What I'm saying is, Gon, vastly inferior to the GOAT himself, to the Chosen One, was able to reach a power where he surpassed a Royal Guard. And this is after decades of experience. Gon-san pretty much encapsulated and illustrated this for us. Imagine a Seti with a year or two of uninterrupted training. Granted, this man, a week for this man is like years for like a normal person. Years. He's already shown us what people would require years of training to do. If he had, bro, decades of training for Gon is like a year for my goat. And even then, that might be highballing it a bit too much. Because a year of training for
Mm.
my goat, bro, he could probably fold all three guards back to back. 5 years of training, 5 to 10 years of training. Give him the same number of years that Netero spent up in the mountains. He would destroy Meriam. It would not be even close. He would have so many abilities stacked with him. Not just the future side ability. Imagine this. Imagine if he had speed of sound level speed going into that future ability. Imagine that. And then he can instantly go out. He sees the 10 seconds instantaneously. Go in, go out, dog walks. Like, bro, come on. He's the chosen one. The GOAT. In fact, this is a beautiful pivot. This is a beautiful segue into our next point. Jesus was an end user. Let's be real here. Jesus, JC. Because, you know.
I always thought
Yeah.
I always thought his name was Joshua.
He can go by any name. Seti, chosen one. You know.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, the idea is that, JC is mentioned, and by Crollo. Religions are a thing in the world of Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. JC was able to do walk on water, turn
which is interesting because the existence of the JC implied the existence of a Torah in Hunter x Hunter as well.
Yeah.
At the minimum.
Yeah.
Which is interesting to think about.
But listen,
but there are
if JC, too, so. Yeah, if JC was ever an end user, we got him already, the chosen one.
I mean, personally, I do believe that if since JC seems to be
or he's at least a reincarnation of him,
he developed some interesting tastes in the reboot.
yeah, dude, he had enough.
He took Satan up on his offer the second time around.
Yeah. Yeah.
That must have been what happened.
Yeah. He said, listen, Santana came up to JC.
I don't need to do that again.
Yeah. Santana came up to JC and he said, yo, listen. If you kneel before me right now, the world shall be yours. My goat, the chosen one, took him up on that offer. He said, listen, I will take the world, but you bow down to me as well. I am the king. And then he gobbled up Santana, kneaded him like he was Play-Doh, and then he created his Nen Beast, second one. Like Camila's ability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just eat his brain, get his horns.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
No wonder he's able to take on Miriam so easily.
He's the GOAT, bro.
He straight up ate Satan. I believe it.
Yeah.
I mean, technically speaking, if JC was a Nen user, then what was his 40 days in the desert? Was that him Nen training?
Probably, man.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Next is Hunter x Hunter the musical.
Yay! Fun time.
I've never watched these. I'll be real here. I've only ever watched the recent stage plays. I know about them. I know about Nightmare. What was it? Nightmare of the Zoldycks. And then there was the one before that where it followed a completely original story, but I heard it wasn't that good. And even then, it's you can try to watch it, but the video quality is not good, and the subtitles are inaccurate, so you can't even understand the story right.
I, for one, always recommend anyone to give a look and see the plays and musicals if they're interested.
Mm-hmm.
And
amen.
And
it's always nice to have extra media.
You can always bring Hunter x Hunter musical to the States. You could be the first one because when there's no competition,
Yeah.
that leaves the lane wide open. So if there's any musical Hunter x Hunter fans, be ambitious, man.
Hmm.
Show yourself as a true hunter.
I can assume that the reason it's this far deep here is simply for the fact that like people probably don't even know about this or go looking for it.
Yeah, people
Yeah,
aren't really into musicals these days.
yeah, stage plays.
Especially
Yeah,
like it's really gone down in popularity
yeah, like
in the West, at least. I don't know about over in Japan, but
yeah, like we have drama CDs, we have character songs. 99 and 2011 had both of these things. Uh,
yeah.
well, 2011 didn't have any drama CDs, but they have character songs. Um, you know, we had some other like bits of media. So I can assume that that's why it's like this deep. No one, barely anyone knows about them. They're just nice bits of extra stuff for us. All right, Hunter x Hunter 2011 movies are canon. Yep.
Malice diffing is canon.
Man, on Omokage.
um, I mean, I hope they're canon personally. Like everybody dislikes the movies, but personally speaking,
Canon
personal
wise, they,
decision.
they don't even they don't even fit into the canon.
No, no, they did
Yeah,
not. No, they did not.
yeah.
They're absolutely their own thing. They were just they were
Like
given
you
to do
can't.
whatever the
There's
fuck you
no way
want
to fit
card.
them in the timeline.
No, no,
Yeah,
you cannot. And no, and despite my joking, malice stiffing is not a thing in Hunter x Hunter.
yeah. Evil Nen,
Although that
bro.
would be
Oh my,
hilarious.
bro. Evil Nen, man. It's
My
so
my
goofy.
malice is greater than your malice.
Yeah,
That sounds like some MJ shit.
so
Not gonna
corny,
lie.
bro. My lord, bro.
That was something you would hear in My Hero Academia during the
Dude,
Overhaul
it's so
arc.
funny that Nen is the light side of the Force, and then Own is the dark side of the Force. It's like, dude, we literally have characters in
No,
the show and in the manga that are evil that use Nen, like, and they do so
bro.
with nefarious reasons, and they involve the death of people to achieve more power. Like, what are we talking about, my guy?
Listen. Everybody's got the movies wrong, bro. You like
Bro,
promise y'all taking them way too seriously. Like
yeah,
you just gotta embrace the chaos, and then you'll love them. I swear.
yeah, dude. Like, those movies are such a mess. It's it's
Man,
it's
I love them.
baffling
I
to me,
really.
man, because those two movies are deceptive. The first one starts off with the Karapika backstory, which is the best part of the movie, and then once you're past those 15 minutes, the movie falls off. And even then, it doesn't adapt the Karapika backstory fully. But the worst part is that if you want to see that backstory animated, that's all you get. That's the only way to experience it besides reading it yourself.
Ay ay ay.
Yeah. Omokage's just his ability name makes no sense. Like how it works. Because they give you so many different
Okay,
reasons and explanations for it.
okay. I will say something nice
Mm-hmm.
about it, since genuinely nice, sincerely nice about it. I do like the animation in a lot of the parts. Like the Sakuga does go hard from time to time, as expected for an anime movie. But
Even then, I feel like it doesn't, man. It really
they have some
doesn't.
good
Last
sequences
mission had
and
some
fight
decent
scenes.
animation, specifically the fight against Gaki. But the
Mm.
fact that I remember that guy's name, man, oh my lord! But then again, I rewatched those two movies with a friend earlier this year.
Was it good?
Awful, awful,
Yeah,
man. But they were better than that Rose of Versailles
bro.
2025 movie.
Bro, I love watching the Hunter x Hunter movies with people who've seen the anime, because they're just like the drop in quality and the look on their faces. They're like, "What?"
Yeah, dude. With my friend, I put him on the 99 anime, and he loved the 99 more than 2011. And then I put him on the movies, and he was horrified. He was like, "Bro, what is this?" He was baffled. Like, dude, the villains are nowhere near the level of writing quality of Togashi. Like, dude, I am happy. Ironically, the best thing about these movies' existence is that it highlights the greatness of Togashi. That no one else but Togashi can write the story and the characters and make the
Yep,
villains.
absolutely.
This just proves it that no one else should be able to can hold the same pen this man has. His pen
No,
is too
no,
heavy for them.
no. Like people who say that like are just so disrespectful. I don't even want to get into it.
Yeah.
Honestly, like it's crazy.
Like Omokage is just a whatever, nothing burger of a villain. Phantom Rouge, it's not even the movie doesn't even focus on Kurapika because that movie has an identity crisis because it doesn't know if it wants to make it a Killua movie or a Kurapika movie. And even then, Kurapika is pretty much sitting out most of the movie on the damn bed with Leorio doing nothing. And Leorio is a complete jobber in both of these movies because 2011 loves to
But
disrespect Leorio.
heart.
Yeah,
You have to consider like which one will the Fujoshis like more. Like you have to make that calculation.
they'll like Phantom Rouge the most.
You have to make that calculation. It's not an easy decision.
You're right, man. They will like Phantom Rouge the most, which is arguably the lesser of the two evils of these movies, man. Because Last Mission is awful. It's somehow worse. Ironically, it has more interesting ideas, but man, it is boring. It is awful. Hisoka does nothing in that movie. Like Kurapika does nothing. He does not. He brings out the sticks. He only uses the healing chain. He does not use his abilities. Luyorio just gets bodied, and then he gets tossed into the sewers, and then he does not show
Speaking
up
of
until
his
half
true
the movie.
potential.
Yeah.
Nah. Let me stop this. That was a joke,
Yeah.
everybody. That was a joke.
Yeah.
I love Leorio. For real.
Bro, those movies are so awful, man. Like,
Nah.
man,
Nah. I truly do love watching them. Like you get some popcorn,
yeah.
get some nice.
It sucks because
snacks.
they're the only two movies. They're the only movies we have.
Just zone out, bro.
Yeah. Like I wish we had more Hunter content, more Hunter media, but like, bro, but you get to a point.
Like here's the potential, right?
Yeah.
Here's the potential. Like I said, like when there's like a lane open, like someone else can move in there. So we could like in the future. We have the potential, especially if they make Secession War into a movie. Think about that. It's possible,
bro.
It's not impossible.
If that ever got adapted, it would take over the streets.
Yeah,
it would take over the streets.
I would make sure I would become a personal feature where the movies go into the streets every day selling tickets, like just like on my hands and knees, just like doing whatever I can.
Dude, it would have more hype than Attack on Titan at its peak.
Yes, absolutely. Are you kidding me?
Easy, bro.
People
would be eating this up. Like,
bro,
they would not be able to handle it. And then of course SETI would probably have like Sigma chat people like on it. You know, like he'd essentially garner the same like
be coming to the movies in suits like the minions.
Like, dude, I can imagine like Patrick Bateman, you know, like that little stint a few years back where like Patrick Bateman was associated was conflated with like Sigma chat stuff.
Yeah.
Masculinity, all that sort of stuff. I can imagine the edits and like the really ugly, horrendous dubsteppy music. That just sounds atrocious to listen to. But yeah, these movies are awful. But it sucks, man. When you've been a fan of Hunter for so many years, these are usually Pandora's box. You never go close to them. But eventually you develop curiosity and you open them.
I died right in personally.
Yeah.
I was like, as soon as I finished 2011, like I need more.
Yeah.
It's just so maybe that's why I'm biased towards them.
Yeah.
It's like it was right off the high of like finishing it for the first time.
That's the thing with them, man. Like you're gonna have to watch it just to say that you've experienced. You say you could experience it. You know, like we don't have enough media. You know,
I'd love for more games. Their fandom, you know,
I'd love for more.
Yeah.
You know, like we don't have enough compared to most series. We don't have enough. Like you look at Bleach, Naruto, One Piece, Dragon Ball. They have like more than like almost 10 movies. Some of these have more. Some of these I mentioned have over 10 movies.
And like the fan content like reflects that because like One Piece content is like 10 times more than like so you have people who are like saying they were gonna be Hunter x Hunter YouTubers like moving on to like One Piece like the instant, even though Togashi is like dropping more heat than he's ever done before, you know. At least in recent years, it's crazy, but you know that's just how it goes.
Yeah, dude. Like, listen,
People go to the
Yeah.
people in general go to the like more prolific ones, but we're here for the quality, as it were,
Yeah.
dedicated to that.
I think that's all we can talk about with these movies. We just wanted to talk about them a little bit.
Yes.
All
Shout
right.
out to all the people who worked on them.
Oh yeah, those two movies also had light novels. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
is that so?
Yeah, which is I heard that they kind of, you know, they add a bit more stuff to them in the sense that, it's rather than it's visual, it's, descriptory. So you
Yeah,
might
more
get more into
psychological.
so you get more into the head of the characters because that's kind of how the books are. And I heard that they actually add they tweak scenes a little bit. I do know that Kishima Nobuaki, the same guy who worked on the 99 and made the three Hunter light novels, also worked on Last Mission. Specifically that light novel. I don't know if he has any influence or work done on the film. If he were if he worked on that film, God bless him because he lost his way.
Yeah, I would love to read about malice diffing in literature form. That sounds amazing.
Mm. Bro, imagine
That sounds awesome.
someone makes like a Hunter villain tier list, and we have like Jean Louis Bradley, Ogyu, the guy from the villain and like the movies.
Yes.
Bro, it would be the funniest thing. I like
Yes.
actually humoring them and giving them a chance to rub
Yes.
shoulders with these guys.
I would love to see the Hisoka interactions. They would be great.
Yeah. All right. Nicholas was the initial protagonist. What do you think, Strata?
Who is Nicholas?
He's the guy with the laptop and back in the Hunter exam.
Oh, right. It's been so long.
What?
Man, Nicholas. Was he the initial protagonist?
Obviously, he's not.
No,
Yeah.
but here's the thing: like Togashi can make anyone the protagonist.
Yeah.
That's the issue here.
Yeah.
Like you literally can. Like that's just the facts.
Yeah.
Like you can't be like, oh, he can't make
Like
that
said,
person
he's
the
the
protagonist. Yeah, he could.
Morena's the protagonist of her own journey. He said he's the protagonist of his own journey. Same as Mediem. Same as all these other characters.
Right.
Unless
Right,
they willingly take side roles, like
right.
some of these Chimera and some of the troop members, some of the bodyguards, because that's what they see themselves as.
Yeah, they choose to be milkmen.
Yeah.
And like some people, they just want to be milkmen. They don't want to expire higher. Like that's fine, as long as you know your role.
Yeah.
I appreciate this sincerity.
Yeah, I don't know how this Nicholas was the initial protagonist idea came from. Because you look at the
maybe like he uses probabilities to like defeat higher tier enemies or something. I don't know.
I don't know, man. It's just another. This should have been in autism tier, considering this is like more crackheady.
Yeah. It would have fit there better.
It would have fit there.
With Afghane as a spider.
Yeah.
It would have worked. And Nicholas as the initial protagonist.
Yeah.
Would have done wonders for the series representation of the various body types. But we'll have to deal with spiky hair still.
Yep. All right.
Woe is us.
Next is Hunter exam missing phase. So what do you think about this, Strata? Is this referring to the Great 99?
Could be. Could be.
For those who don't watch the 99, 99 has 3 filler episodes, and these play right after the Trick Tower phase, where these guys are taken to an island. First, they have to scavenger for treasure in order to pay for a room in this apartment, and they stay on this for several days, and they all have to essentially work together to stave off this storm or this maelstrom. And this was the phase. This is basically what was his name? Lipo. His bonus phase. You know, after the Trig Tower. Otherwise, I don't know what this is referring to because there is no quote unquote missing phase.
As far as we know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as far as we know, there isn't a missing phase.
Yep. All right. Next is Bobo is alive. This is the guy that got folded by Razor. What do you think?
I mean, if his name is based off of the manga, then and he was just making a reference to it, then I'm going to guess that like thematically he's dead because Bobo is also unfortunately no longer with us. Mm-hmm. Rest in peace.
Nope.
So I imagine he's like gone, but you know if he comes back along with Nicholas
and Sale,
and Agane as their whole squad,
yeah.
Then,
dude, I can see them all pulling up in like cloaks, like they're looking up
like Organization 13.
Yeah, Organization 13. Like they become they're legit nobodies in a literal sense, and then they came back from the shadows, dressing up like the Nazgul. Okay.
I could see him pulling up in some, Atashi.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this one. EPE. What is this Strata?
EP. The thing is, I was trying to figure out what this could possibly stand for. Like, was it a reference to an inability?
The only thing I can think of is knuckle stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing. But like, maybe it's like a financial reference that I'm not getting. That could be like referring to an alternative ability Knuckle might have, but I don't know. Couldn't find anything definitive.
Yeah.
If anyone in the comments knows, let us know.
Yeah. Yeah, I try to look for it now. Nothing pulled up that had anything that makes any sense. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Next is Cannibal Strain. I don't know what this is about either. Enlighten me, Strata.
So we do know there's some horrendous stuff in Hunter x Hunter, and like we know like there were before we got the reveal of the troop's backstory. There were theories that what they had was like Chapter Black, and that like relates to theories of like what might be on Chapter Black because obviously we never see the whole thing. Mm-hmm. But it could be like they saw like cannibal stuff on Chapter Black, or it might be relaying to something that Phaeton does, because we know he does do torture, so we don't know what else he might be into. But other than that, I couldn't find anything definitive.
I know we do have speculation. What was that character again from Greed Island? Beanolt.
Yes.
Yep. Cannibal. I remember we even had like that dialogue about where basically said, oh, he goes after this certain age group of females, and he says he corrects it by says 22, and that was people even did the math. They're the same age as Morena because she's in her early 20s.
Wow.
Yeah. Either way, I don't know much about this. I don't have that many thoughts about it. So I'll leave it there.
Yeah. Maybe we'll see something with the, cock and dilly parties that might be related.
All right. Miluki is controlling Marion.
Wouldn't that be something?
So Marion's the puppet that was within Beyond Squad, right?
Correct.
Bro, is Milky that guy?
Like, did Paris didn't hire him? Possibly.
Yeah. Like he was like, yo, them troop guys, they got Illumiana Colito. Let me bust in the big guns. Hired Milwaukee's assistant.
I got the briefcase full of cash and gold
Yeah,
bars, just like trade in, just be like,
yeah. My go, like Milwaukee's in the comfort of his home, like hooking up to Medium with a controller, and
yeah.
he's basically like playing long distance fighting. This is just
Man.
this is such a wild thing. This should be an autism tier as well, man.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I could see it, man. I could see it. Milky might be that guy. We
yeah,
don't know yet. He does lean towards specialists. Like, we don't know. We don't know.
yeah.
Maybe he's so lazy, like he developed an ability that allows him to be effective at long ranges, so he doesn't have to get off his ass.
Mm. Yeah, he developed this after going through all that trouble to try to win Green Island in York now. And he was like,
Yeah,
"Man, screw this. Like, why don't I develop the ability to auction at the comfort of my own home rather than being there physically?"
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, who in the political world has the power to get me what I need here?
Mm-hmm.
Allow me to like bob and weed through the circus without doing that stinking hunter license stuff.
Yeah.
You know
Okay. Hold on. What?
what?
Bro, Beans is a Nen beast? Bro, didn't we have Beans Chimera and True Origins in the last one?
Uh,
Bro, come on.
yeah.
Bro, they were lazy with some of these.
The thing is, it's like some of them be lazy, and then some of them be like a random scientific thing you've never heard of before,
Yeah.
and then some of them are like, I don't know. We have no idea.
Yeah.
Like they were just typing something into the thing, so it will fill up some space.
Yeah. There's no need to talk about this. Like, it's goofy, you know?
Beans is not an envy. Is the final verdict.
Yeah.
If you disagree, debate me in the comments. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. Next
There's always
is,
that one guy.
yeah, Yorkshin true meaning. Obviously, Yorkshin is some guys like to call York New instead of York New Yorkshire because York New auction put together name of the arc as well. Now, the most interesting aspect is what is York New actually based on? Because there are some people who say it's based on an actual area in Japan. I remember there was like a Reddit post about this a while back, at least a month or two ago at this point, and it never gained that much traction because that's how Reddit is. You make a good post, they get swallowed up by miscellaneous things, irrelevant things.
Comparing George R. R. Martin to Togashi and stuff.
Yeah.
No offense to the guy who made that post, but I'm just saying.
So, no, that's one thing. There's the common thing that a lot of people believe, and that's that York New is just legit just York New, namesake, New York, and that it's only based off New York. It makes sense because New York had the Italian mafia,
Right.
And these guys as well. Not only that, we even see in York New, chapter 102, and several scenes throughout where these guys were causing destruction, and these guys had the clout to pretty much buy off or like control the police force, cops, and all that, and actually control law enforcement to turn a blind eye. And they also
Right.
had someone who was working on the International Human Data Bank in chapter 102. So, and this is used by on a worldwide scale. So these guys had, clout and power. So you could say, okay, York New is, very similarly based off, New York.
Yeah. Could be.
And then, but of course, that's not interesting enough. We'll go further and deeper into this because you actually then look at the manga and actually things that Togashi drew and referenced. I forget which page it is, but Yorknu also has similarities from Paris, from Paris.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what it is. He also takes after what was it, Spain? Like when one panel, it's the panel with Gon and Killua, and you can see Hiei in the back if you spot it. That as well. Like Yorknu takes off doesn't strictly just take from New York, but also is like an amalgamation of other European architecture, European places.
Uh-huh. It's kind of similar to how Kaken isn't just a China ripoff. It also has elements of Korea in there and the Phoenix
India,
throne.
yeah,
It has elements of India, like you said. It has elements of Constantinople and the Byzantine
yeah,
system and all that. So
yeah. Like, yeah, there's a lot of intrigue with the origins of Yorknu and the inspiration for it because it really is a whole bunch of different inspirations, and the anime adaptations take their own approach to it as well.
indeed.
You know? They even I remember they even actually I remember this was the 99 where they actually take after what was it, the Empire State Building.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so some of the anime adaptations are on the nose, whereas in the
To
manga,
say the least.
yeah, whereas the manga, there's like a variety of different influences here, which is like pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next is why not? Let's the Will of Freaks.
The Will of Freaks. Is this a One
Obviously,
Piece reference?
yeah, Willa D, the Will of
Alright.
Freaks.
Now I haven't gotten deep into One Piece, and I don't think I will because I was like I tried to get into it multiple times. I've never gotten past the first couple of chapters, to be honest.
Yeah,
Like no offense to like anybody who's into it, I just like
yeah,
it just doesn't seem to be for me.
yeah. But sorry, this doesn't work for the Freaks lineage because Gon is not the chosen one. You know,
No, but like non-jokingly, like just to be serious for a second, he's
yeah,
literally not the chosen one. Like
he's
the
not the
freaks are
chosen
like a
one.
powerful
Yeah,
family,
because
but like
everyone with like a D in their nickname, Blackbeard, Luffy, Ace, all these guys, they're all special in some way, and they're all nepo babies.
is that so?
Yeah,
I genuinely don't know. Like they might be. I don't.
yeah. Like Gon, listen, Gon is nowhere near special. He
Yeah,
loses a lot, plenty of times.
yeah.
Even in terms of ability, he's not even the most talented character in the story because aka the chosen one.
It's arguable that Jing is even more special than him or talented than him, but
Yeah.
like that's just an argument. You don't have to
No, he
believe
easily is. He easily is because this man was the only one to pass his own hunter exam at the age of 12. Gon was struggling.
it.
Like,
Like we don't know how hard
sure,
the
we could say
competition was.
that. We could say
Like
that
I'm sure they
Jing Scott.
didn't have to.
Yeah, go ahead,
He
go ahead.
didn't have to deal with it. I was just gonna say I'm sure Jing didn't have to deal with the Hisoka at his age.
Yeah,
Like he probably didn't have to deal with
like a
that.
bubblicious. Like bubble. You know, the
Cruising
level of
on easy mode.
yeah, the level of competition in his era was just tomato cans, plumbers, and milkmen. But yeah, like that's all we're gonna say about that. Neither of us are One Piece fans. We don't care. But we are fans of Level E. Let's talk. Level
Yes.
E's ending is
Awesome.
Hunter's ending.
Yes.
Yes.
Yo. Okay. So this would be absolutely insane if they pulled this off, but like. I genuinely would not put it past Higashi to pull something like this off.
Mm-hmm.
And this could be like the type of thing where he's talking about like it might piss off a lot of people, this type of ending that he wants to do. But like he's sure it's not gonna be like uber popular.
Yeah.
He's like He's like rating percentage wise. It's like, this is gonna be like 30% popular, like at best.
Yeah.
Which I can see why that would be the case. Personally, I would love it, and I hope he goes for something like this or
Yeah.
like similar.
Now, for the people who are not privy to level E, in the ending of level E, depending on what you follow, in the end, humanity and the aliens, because the aliens were living low key in the down low with humanity, they actually end up becoming ingratiated, and as a result, the aliens and the Earthlings are now coexist, and society has advanced to such a level. And this is a similar idea that he also gives us at the very end of Yu Yu Hakusho, where if you actually read past where the ending chapters, it gets revealed that Spirit World was out here brainwashing the demons, and they pretty much wanted to make the demons look bad in order to erect the barrier, which recontextualizes Sensui as this brainwashed agent that was fighting on behalf of these people who are essentially you know weaponizing him into this weapon of death, and how he was essentially being gaslit and like
As a
utilized,
child soldier,
yeah, as a child soldier. And it's like, yo, and then by the end of the arc, by the end of the manga, demons are pretty much allowed to coexist with the humans, but they're not allowed to cause any trouble, which makes sense. And then you kind of get a similar ending with level E, with aliens and Earthlings coexisting, and societies as a result is better for it. And of course, there's also the honeymoon ending with Baka Oji and the princess.
yeah.
Yeah. So this could be a thing with Hunter x Hunter where whatever is on the DC, humanity and whatever is on there actually somehow end up coexisting.
Like everybody gets a bunch of eyes.
Yeah. Obviously, it's not like they're going to be like holding hands and singing "Kumbaya." That's not going to happen. But they probably like find like
Find a way
a
to
common
keep like
ground.
civilization going,
Yeah.
even amongst the tension.
Yeah.
Togashi likes endings like that.
Yeah. We'll see.
We shall see. I'm very excited for the idea. It's a very stimulating idea.
All right. Johannes the Sector's legacy. What do you think?
Mm.
Going once, going twice. Sold to the highest bid.
None. So $5, $5, 65, 65, 17,
Yeah.
80, 80. No, I don't know. I don't really have any thoughts on this one, to be honest.
Dang. Okay.
No, it's just not.
I mean, I guess we could talk about like. Okay, it's interesting to think about Johannes in the world of Hunter x Hunter. If we look at him from the perspective of our own world, as
right.
he's this criminal, this murderer, this monster from years gone by. He killed all these people, did all these terrible monstrous things. He created this sort of legacy, kind of like our boy Ben's, the boy I forget his full name, but Ben. Yeah.
Ben's Knives Benny.
Yeah, Benny, or isn't his name Benny DeLon?
I could look it up.
Yeah,
one second.
look it up for me.
Ben's Knives.
Yeah.
Yeah, Benny DeLone.
Okay. my memory's too goated, bro. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when you look at Johannes or Jonas from the perspective of our world, he's kind of like a Ted Bundy, kind of like the Jack the Ripper-esque character, where he's this legendary serial mass murderer who just basically terrorized Zaban City. You know, in that way, he's pretty cool to look at. He's like, yo, this guy's kind of cool, but that's it. Like, I guess he's got a
Yeah.
legacy, like a history in the world of Hunter, where for a time period he was that guy. He was running the streets, you
Yeah.
know. But he's nothing more than a small fish in a big than a big fish in a small pond in the larger
You,
sphere of the Hunterverse, because Zoldyck, Seti, Genthru, Nen users.
he reminds me of Jugurtha, like in history, as like during his era, like he was like the guy to beat, but it's like after he died, like no one gave a shit about him anymore,
Mm-hmm.
and like no one in history like really studies him unless you're like deep into that shit.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Otherwise, that's all you can really talk about when it comes to.
that's what his legacy amounts to. Like,
Yeah, there's nothing to him. That's all he is. He's a character that
yeah,
only is in there he's like in there for less than 10 pages. Like his backstory or
I mean,
like the little bit of lore about him is legit just 2 pages.
yeah, I mean, he's not exactly Gyro. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
just like he's not.
he's
He's
just
not throwing the world on fire.
yeah. Again, I don't know why this is here. Like it's just.
I mean, I don't dislike him. His competence serves the role.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about this thing in this tier list.
Oh yeah. Oh, it should have been like.
It should have been somewhere
I
higher.
understand. Yeah, slightly higher.
Yeah. All right. Hockey is a Nen category. Obviously, let's not disrespect Nen like the best power system of all time.
No, I was
Hockey's
gonna
just
say that
whatever.
Nen could incorporate like any like power system that One Piece like has in it.
True.
I'm guessing.
True, but
because like I can't imagine there's anything in One Piece that you can't do with like. So.
Yeah. I mean, people like, oh man, like his Conqueror's Hockey, like people being like knocked down by Hockey for aura alone, bro. That's basically Ren. You know?
I mean, like the power skillers might get into like speed of light feats or whatever,
Yeah.
but like if you're just talking about the power systems itself,
yeah.
I can't imagine there's anything that Nen can't do that can happen in One Piece.
Yeah.
Realistically.
Yeah. Let's not disrespect. Let's not disrespect Nen by comparing even Hockey, man. Like, bro, it doesn't even touch stands, and stands, depending on the part, could be good or bad in terms of battle strategy. The idea is cool. People saying, bro, all right, let's talk about this a little bit. I don't know how familiar you are with JoJo, but
I got all the way to part 5, and then like I never went past that really.
Okay, that's good enough. That's good enough to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, a lot of these guys, they like to say that stand is one of the best power systems. Conceptually, on paper, it's one of the best. But in terms of implementation and strategy, it's not. It's really not. Because one, with Nen and Treon, the top two, in my opinion, when it comes to manga, is that they're balanced. You know, there's a structure to them. They're balanced. There's not nonsense. With JoJo, I'm glad that you at least experienced part 4. That's the same part where you have a guy with a cooking stand and then the guy who can basically like go back in time. Literally, and in the part before that, you have a character stopping time. Like, come on, there's no. It's just random. You know, there's no structure to it. You know.
No, not really.
Yeah. So as a power system, it kind of fails because what makes Nen and Treon so goated is that no one is just super uber busted unless like you're a special case. A lot of people are very near. It's basically just about ability. Whereas in JoJo, people could just be blessed with the best power, and you're just blessed with the whatever ability that's just doing some useless stuff. And then in JoJo, You have the rat who was giving Jotaro a tough time despite him having a time stop ability. Yet it's like, yo, you're struggling against this rat who's actually somehow smart enough to counter stop time and be able to find a workaround around it. Theoretically, this rat could have been even given the runs to Dio from part 3. Like, what? It like
Wow.
I'm telling you, this makes no sense. Like,
I stopped trying to analyze JoJo after the Dio versus Jotaro fight
yeah.
because that was about where I realized like yeah they're just gonna do whatever, so it's just like let me just like enjoy the ride. It's like
Yeah.
it finally started to click. Like I was a little slow to get it. It's just
Yeah.
like Araki's just gonna do whatever
And
the fuck
then
he wants.
and then there's like another there's like this other aspect to JoJo when it comes to fights I don't like. And it's the fact that characters just conveniently have this information, this scientific knowledge. Like in part 5 I liked it because that's just the best part. It has the best strategy, the best stance. But part 6 is one of the most egregious examples, and this is specifically the Dragon Dreams fight. And
Dang, did I get off at a good time?
you did.
Oh
Because
man.
this is the fight. Hopefully, we have some JoJo people in the comments if they get to this part. If you guys remember, this is the fight where Jolene fought this guy in the bottom prison. The cell block tango, but not as good as Chicago. And this guy, this man Anasui, somehow knew this exact Chinese concept that was just conveniently expository for the viewer. Like it just makes no sense that characters just randomly have this information. It is some of the most contrived, sloppy writing I've seen from Araki, and he does this a lot. But this is at its worst, and this
Damn.
kind of so. Even in terms of a strategy wise, it's hit or miss depending on the part. Whereas in Nen, it's godlike every time. Nen fights are
Right.
just better. Strategy, it's better. Power system wise, it's better and structured. It's more interesting. It's not
Here's the
just
thing,
random.
right?
Yeah, like it's much more balanced.
Yeah, because here's the thing: Togashi actually like studies like various
Yeah.
different subjects and stuff. Like he was incorporating like stuff about the internet, like from the early chapters back in like the '90s and stuff. So he
Mhm.
was like, um, he's always like studying, always improving, always trying to like add stuff to it. Whereas like I see this is like a panel from like a part of JoJo I didn't read, so like
Yeah.
grain of salt here, but like one of something he that was said in the story is that in short something can be born from nothing and nothing is equivalent to probability. Like what does that even mean? Like and all of JoJo is just like that to me. This is why I say this particular panel because like it basically sums up like the JoJo experience. It's just like
Yeah.
I guess anything can happen. Like it's bizarre if you're into that.
Yeah.
Then cool, but it's just like I don't think you can formulate a proper power system where things can literally come from nothing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, but that just needed to be said. Nen is superior to Stans in every single way. The only times when like Stans was at his peak was part 5, aka my favorite part, the best part, the part with the
I did
best.
really like
Yeah.
the gangster elements of part 5.
Oh,
I
part
like
5
that.
is so good,
I thought
bro.
it could have gone further, but I did like where it went in some
Bro,
places.
part 5 is so good, man. Oh my god. Like my favorite JoJo, one of my favorite MCs of all time, my favorite villain in all of JoJo, my favorite cast of characters, my favorite setting. I love European settings, especially the Italian setting. I love the
Mm-hmm.
mafia setting. Crime gangster dramas are always cool. You can't go wrong with
Always,
them.
always.
Yep, they're fire. Like I had the coolest stands. I had like it was just the best. I loved it. And if you wanted to get more of your part 5 fix, there were the light novels, which were actually fan translated, and you do get more of the mafia element. Like you get more of that like the
Ooh.
narcotics team.
Ah,
Yeah,
interesting, interesting. Yeah, Italian history is like and like um general like area is very very interesting. It's like it's an awesome setting for those who like
yeah,
really into history. and like really into like the old like
Yeah,
stylistic stuff. Like everything looks great there
yeah,
because
and
like they intentionally like made
it's
it that
so
way. It's
interesting,
awesome.
man. Because the thing with mobsters, Italian mobsters, is that they'll do everything under the sun. They commit a bunch of crimes, but they really do care about drugs. They do not want drugs on the street because they know that ruins families. That's like the one thing.
Mm.
Yet, ironically, in Passion, this man Diavolo, he did, pretty much breached the taboo and was like, nah. He saw money and power, extra control, and he started running out the drugs, man.
It's
And
like those ancient rulers in like
yeah,
the Mesopotamian
so it's
like
like because
area where they
yeah,
like
the mafia
not
is essentially the structure for people, the safe haven for people who did not have a place to belong in society. That's what happened to
yeah.
Bruno, Fugo, Narancia, Mista, Abacchio, Giorno in a sense. And Giorno and the gangster that he looked up to essentially they embodied the old ways, the old honorable way, kind of like the Yakuza series with Kiryu and like all these villains with what it means to be a true Yakuza and dragon. And Diablo's essentially Passion has essentially become this really warped, this distilled version of what something that was originally built on more honorable intentions, even though it was still pretty gray in its where it was seated. But anyway, that's enough
Yeah,
JoJo talk.
yeah, I was just gonna add on real
Yeah,
quickly that it's similar to how back in the days you had the Mesopotamian societies. They had like the one rule they had is like you don't like raid the temples, but then you had like the one who like finally raided like the temples for like the treasures in it, and like
yeah,
once you do that, like everything starts to fall apart, and like you use that sense of sacred honor that held like the group feeling together, and
mm-hmm.
that's what the whole story is about, like
Yeah,
fighting against that, and that's a theme that repeats in a lot of the greatest stories,
yeah.
including Hunter x Hunter right now. So that's fun.
Okay. Next is the Leavemon effect. I don't know what this is.
Oh, right. So I looked this one up. I actually did get an answer. So
Okay.
apparently, it's a scientific phenomenon. um, it's a matter of physics that have to do with like light crystals and like liquid crystals. I mean, not like light crystals.
Mm-hmm.
And like more or less, it's about heat flow. It was discovered in the year 1900 by Otto Liebman. That's his name.
Mm-hmm.
And basically he was able to study how like what we now call like liquid crystals are formed, and like how they come about, which we didn't know before. Apparently it's still not fully understood how these come about, but like he was the first one because like liquid physics dynamics is like apparently just like extremely complicated. But
Yeah.
so anyone who can like add to the field in that regard in any way is like held in high esteem.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it doesn't really have any practical like connection to Hunter x Hunter as far as I can see. Like
Yeah.
unless you want to say like the background art is similar to like the crystal liquid crystal like surface effect, which
The
I can
only
send you a
thing,
picture of like what
yeah,
they look like. But
the only thing I can think of is that that one of the things that they were sought after in the DC, the thing that can power like gigawatts and all that.
hmm but I don't know, and
Yeah,
they don't.
me neither.
They don't. I don't see how it connects to Hunter x Hunter
Yeah,
directly.
me
So
neither.
it could, but hey, I learned something, so that was cool.
Yeah, you probably have better luck trying to connect the Schumann resonance to Hunter x Hunter. For those who read Seraphim or watch Serial Experiments Lane.
I mean, Tagashi did have Terror Sandwich reference like a bunch of
Yeah, a bunch of guys were bringing up
a bunch of
physicists.
I know he mentioned what's his name, Heisenberg. It was Heis something. There was some physicist. What was his name? And that Higgs. Higgs. There we go.
Yeah.
Higgs. You mentioned Higgs, so we do know that he's somewhat familiar with physics in that regard.
Mm-hmm. Maybe, man. Okay. Next is, you probably know this one. NGL, poetic inconsistency.
NGL, poetic inconsistency. Was there? No, I don't actually know this one. Was there something that had to do with the spelling of like the names during the translations?
I don't know. Like,
Because like the thing about the NGL is right,
yeah, Neil
they
Greenlight.
didn't really have poetry and
Yeah.
like such. They were kind of like they were supposed to embrace like the opposite. So it's like maybe it could be talking about the irony of just like it's supposed to be like
I
a
guess,
free paradise, but like you don't have literature.
yeah,
Even though it's like the sun, even though at the end of the arc he said all you need is the sun, the land, and poetry,
Diego.
and that poetry was like the one thing missing in the MGL. But I don't know.
I guess that's the only thing I can think of.
I mean, it is thematically rich if that's what it's referring to.
Yeah.
So.
You know, like.
But that's the thing about like the Chimera Antarc is like you can like hit like one random topic, like throw a word at the dartboard and like come out like with deep meaning from it.
Granted, like it's not a complete inconsistency because they even mention in the manga that the people who are unaware of the darker underbelly of NGL's existence generally do connect to the message, the environmental message.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Now I don't know what this one is. Hisomorph.
And the Hisomorph.
Yeah. Do you know what this is?
No. I think I tried to look it up before, but something came up. 1 second. Let me see if I can try looking it up again.
Let's see.
Hisomorph. Da da da.
Yeah, nothing shows up for me.
Yeah, nothing. I'm not getting it. I was just about to say I'm not getting it.
Yeah, it's just some. I don't know what the hell is going on, man. Like, it's just some random thing that's just there.
They really like. Is it supposed to be a reference to like? Because you know, like you have the Chimera ants. You have the names like Nefer, P2, Shiapoof. You had and all the other top tier ants names. It's like maybe it's a biblical reference that I'm not
showed
getting.
Up. I mean, if it was a biblical reference, we'd have had at least something. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So yeah, I didn't get anything.
Yeah. All right. Sayu is not a mole. So, obviously. Yep.
Fun fact.
Go for it.
Sayu is in fact a mole.
Yep.
Crazy, I know.
No, I mean the joke. Yeah, crazy.
Hard to believe.
Yeah, you know he's the monkey. He can't be a mole. Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to believe what you see with your own eyes from time to time, depending on like how deep in the sauce you are. But
yeah.
From time to time, your head goes above the water.
You know. Sometimes the fastest way to get from point A to point B is a straight line. You know, like.
Occasionally.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just simple like this. All right. Next is Hunter x Hunter anti-subversion.
Now this is interesting.
Okay. Better talk about writing.
Yeah, we could argue that Hunter x Hunter is like a meta modern story, and in that sense, and to make you can look up the meta modern manifesto, but to make a long story short, meta modern story oscillates between sincerity and irony in such a way that like makes the story more sincere rather than like less sincere in the postmodern way, where they like a lot of postmodern stories can like lack meaning or like lack a sense of direction.
Yeah.
But you don't really have that problem with Hunter x Hunter, so that could be what this is referring to as an anti-subversion. But I don't think they were thinking that deep about it, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Unlikely.
Yeah. Or you could say, well, he's not technically subverting anything because he's just writing it as the way it is. I suppose, in a weird paradoxical way.
Hmm.
Okay. Melioran's loyalty. Now, this is obviously referring to the scene before he gets dog walked by Medium, where Melioran wasn't exactly loyal. He didn't really care about the humanity thing. He just wanted to get revenge on Medium, for his father being Pingu being folded. I guess this is what it's referring to. I mean, it is what it is. Like he was motivated solely for revenge. He couldn't really care about ants
I respect
dominating
it. I
humans. Yeah,
respect it.
yeah, he didn't care about any of that. That was just a bother to him.
Yeah, man. I respect the drive. I love the blood oaths of
Yeah,
vengeance. Those are like my favorite thing.
yeah, which like it's pretty cool that not every single one of these people were good guys. They were all motivated by their own reasons that pertain particularly or like for personal reasons. So it wasn't a complete
Right, exactly.
everyone here is just doing this for justice or for good or anything like that versus, bad people. This is some like black and white good versus bad type thing.
Right, exactly.
Uh,
Each character is like gets a
but
sense of feeling like a real person
yeah, everyone's
because
doing this for
he's
their own thing.
right because he's always focused on the character's actual
Mm-hmm.
motivation, giving them their own agency.
Yep. All right. Next is Hunter Association missing bylaws. I don't know how this person think of this, like thought of this thing, but okay, let's entertain this. The
All
Hunter
right, let's entertain it.
Association, yeah, let's take this seriously for a moment. The
All
Hunter
right,
Association has existed, is an entity that's lasted longer than Netero himself, and Netero himself
right,
is 120 something years old. And
right,
this thing is longer than, and he was the 12th chairman.
correct.
Yeah. So before him, there were 11 other chairmen. We don't know how long their reigns lasted, but we can assume it was probably for a good several hundred years, and we don't know for how long Netero was the chairman.
Right.
Yeah. So you can assume that Hunter Association, it probably had like, the rules. The bylaws are essentially the amendments of the Constitution. And
Right.
eventually you add a whole new bunch of clauses, you remove stuff, you add stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if an
Hmm.
entity as massive as Hunter Association needed to start by making some like ground rules and then maybe ended up having to change things in order to you know evolve to, like address a certain issue, or maybe the number of hunters were growing, or in order to accommodate like a specific thing or
Yeah, I
whatnot.
could see that.
Yeah. So we can assume that okay, maybe there were bylaws that existed that no longer work with this time and era because it was considered archaic, and or like maybe there is now like an improved, modified version of the bylaws of years gone by. So you could assume that okay, like just like normal governments, there used to be rules that existed but are no longer work.
Applicable.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
no longer applicable. And now all we have are the current modern day bylaws. So in that sense, there could be missing bylaws. It is interesting to think about. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, concerning the larger world of Hunter x Hunter in terms of the old
The
world and like
history.
the
We
history.
There's so much lore we don't
Yeah,
actually know.
yeah, like Age of Warlords, Dome Freaks, the dictator who ran to Meteor City,
Like the
for
lore is already
asylum.
10 out of 10, and
Yeah,
it hasn't even reached like the deeper mysteries that it's set up yet.
yeah,
It's
like
crazy.
the stuff with the dictator who went to Meteor City for asylum, and then he set up a camp, and then he basically was like the de facto leader. And the thing with the dictator is like the oldest thing that we know in terms of the world of Hunter. We still don't know when the Hunter Association itself was established. We don't know how far this thing goes back. We don't know who was the first person who made it. Like he decided, like, yo, let's make this thing about hunters. We don't know. Like, there's so much left to speculate.
Indeed. It's like, what were the material factors like pushing these groups of powerful individuals together?
Yeah,
It's just like, was it greed? Was it a threat? It's like, it's possible.
yeah.
Was it related to the Dark Continent? Like, we
Mm-hmm.
don't know for sure.
Yeah, we don't know. Like, yeah, it's fascinating, man. All
Mm-hmm.
right. Hunter 101, parentheses, no result. What even is this? Do you know?
So, is this another like missing chapter type situation, or like the,
I,
the thing is like we have chapter like 101
yeah,
Hunter x Hunter, so
I don't know. It makes,
maybe
yeah,
was there like a 101 part 2 type shit?
I don't know, man. It's just,
Why the no results parentheses?
I don't know, man. It makes no sense.
Like, is it telling you that it's not gonna have any
Yeah,
results?
I guess it's just to like give it more of like an esoteric feel to it, like how mysterious this thing is.
Mystify it up a little bit.
Yeah, to try to like evangelize it, make it more like mysterious. Like, yo, it's like this thing that's just beyond your reach that you can't find out, but you want to because it says no result.
Hmm.
All right,
Could be.
Beyond Freaks. What do you think of this one, man?
Okay, so could this be the case? I suppose like it's not impossible that Netero had a child with the freaks, although you would think he would bring it up, considering like Gon and him would be relatives, even if just by marriage.
Yeah,
So
clearly it's not the case. This is just some fanboy thing.
like you always want to connect like the powerful
It's like some
characters
Dragon Ball
together
thing, or like some
in
Dragon
like the
Ball One Piece thing.
bloodlines.
Yeah, just to connect the bloodlines to like because it just looks cool. Like you're playing with action figures. Like, oh man,
Yeah,
Beyond Netero's
this is the
strong.
exact
Combine
opposite
him with
of
a freaks.
Togashi mindset,
Yeah,
basically. Oh man.
yeah.
But now the thing is, like, I don't even think that would be interesting even if
Now
that
it'd be
was the
boring.
case. Yeah,
We don't need that. We already got SETI.
yeah. It's like too small of a world type of issue.
Yeah.
You know.
But it is funny seeing this, considering we now have the information, the context of 2024 of this man Beyond having more than 10 plus kids.
Man, he was out there, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
he was working.
He was working.
All right, getting through One Great Island. What do you think of this?
Ganther got stomped very hard, actually. So, like I saw it with my own eyes. Again, it can be difficult, like when you're deep submerged in the thing. But
Yeah,
I did see him get like a solid clock in the gut. So
yeah.
hard to recover from that to win the game.
Mm-hmm. You know, Genthu probably like wrote the submission.
I mean, maybe he won eventually. I don't know.
No, I mean
Like, maybe,
after he was defeated, he tried
Like
to like
came back.
he tried to rewrite history, like history of revisionist. Like what happened in the Greed Island Wikipedia. He was like, no, I didn't lose. I didn't lose. I won actually. You misspelled going for Genthru.
It's like
Yeah, me,
a-
Sub, and
it,
Bara, we did it.
it's like a Gojo type situation. It's like actually I win,
Yeah, actually,
but
I
like
won.
he but then you see him on the ground.
Yeah,
Look, so like so you see what had happened.
yeah, yeah,
I don't know, man.
yeah. It's just some random thing over here. Again, this should belong up in the higher tiers.
Well, we're clearly proving our enlightenment in this tier, so
Mm-hmm.
it's fulfilling the title of the thing.
Yeah. Okay. Next is alternate Escorto.
Uh huh.
Do you know what this is?
So there might be a separate type of polity inside of East Corto that managed to maintain some type of political independence before like the Chimera Ant shit went down, and maybe that was how like Pariston had his way inside the country to get those 5,000 Chimera Ant eggs. But that's wild speculation, though.
But that was done after though. Yeah.
Maybe they're creating an alternate East Corto to replace the first one. Maybe
Yeah,
like a South Sudan type of situation.
I guess. But like, but that, I mean, okay. Because from what we understand in terms of the lore now,
Right.
once after what went down, the V5 essentially all took parts. Essentially, they each took their own slice of the pie, and now they all pretty much command and have control of their own area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I
Right.
guess there's now essentially this new governed space that's essentially Neo Iscorto. Technically, it is Iscorto, but only in name
Uh-huh.
only. But it's now has no distinction to what Iscorto used to be.
Like what West Germany, East Germany type of situation.
Yeah,
Interesting.
because now like the ground is controlled, the air is controlled, everything. Because now it's under
Mm-hmm.
the watchful eye of these foreign countries that pretty much have complete control over it and control it now. It's interesting things to think about for the world of Hunter. Yeah. Even though we never went back here ever again, and to Togashi it doesn't matter because it was like okay, we'll just leave that up to the imagination. It's just something that happened in the background of the world.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Of,
saying. It's like
of
the world building is
yeah,
like so deep, but we haven't even like really dug into it
yeah,
so
like
far.
how
Because
big.
like
Yeah,
we
we
haven't
know
gone
nothing
into
about the
like the
V5.
actual like tariffs and sanctions and
Yeah, we
shit
know
that he
nothing
was
about the
talking about.
V5 and the politics behind them. Like how long they've
Right.
existed and how long they've been doing this. Because they're basically like the shadow government organization just kind of manipulating and like controlling the world.
Illuminati
Yeah,
confirmed.
they're basically like the Illuminati or like the New World Order.
Yeah.
Okay, Kaida's an enhancer. Wasn't
No.
yeah, no. No.
No. We literally see him conjure.
Yeah.
The
What
thing.
was he actually stated to be a conjurer?
Yes, like, and we only ever see him do like conjuration like
Oh,
techniques.
okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
So
That conjurer, he's high strong. Yeah, it makes sense.
yeah, so I don't know. Like, you don't need the data book to see that he's a conjurer or anything. It's like
Okay.
unless like that's the only way I can see this happening if someone like saw something in the data book that was like made him confused.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure in the data book it says he's a conjurer too, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know.
Uh,
I don't know.
I don't know. I'd have to like actually go through my drawer and like take out the data book to look at it.
Right, but maybe in the since they reincarnated, like they changed an end type. I know that's a theory some people have,
Mm-hmm.
even though. we've had no hard confirmation either way, but
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think Kate was and still is a conjurer. So
Yeah. Still the same personality.
yeah,
Okay. I think that's all we can talk about there. It's pretty self-explanatory. Next
right.
is 4-star hunter. So we have
uh,
1-star, 2-star, or double star, and then 3-star or triple star, whatever. And then there's 4 stars. You know, this doesn't
I,
exist.
I mean, no. You see, you misunderstand. Sari's going to create the 4-star hunter once he takes over the
You're
Hunter
right.
Association.
He is 4.
Right,
He
right,
is
right.
him. Yeah,
Exactly,
yeah, yeah. I see
exactly,
the
bro.
vision.
You
I see
got
the
the
vision.
agenda always comes first,
Yeah,
bro.
the
The
agenda
agenda
always
always
comes
comes
first.
first.
You're right. You're right. He is. We already have a 4-star hunter. He is the 4 stars.
Precisely,
Yeah.
precisely.
Think about it, bro. Goku started his journey with the 4-star Dragon Ball. My goat is the number 4. Like, come on. Like,
Okay,
down
okay.
to the number, he's the most special.
Right. This is the descendant of the Netero. He's got to be the
Yeah.
one to reform the association, take it to the next level.
Yeah. All right. Next is the true path of the hunter. Do you know what this is?
Um,
Is this like a game or something? Because this
um,
sounds familiar, but I don't remember it.
we could try looking it up.
All
See if
right.
because I think I looked it up. I didn't get anything game wise. But it could be a thematic reference. Or maybe it's referencing some other media that inspired her next on there. The true path of the hunter. Uh, but yeah, I don't think it's anything in particular, as far as I can tell, unless it's talking about like symbology, what the true path of the hunter is, of Hunter x Hunter is. And I forget which YouTuber I watched who said this, but like basically more or less it's about like strategic like trapping of your desires. Like you trap the however whatever it is you're hunting
Mm-hmm.
into your web and into your like mechanisms,
Yeah.
so that way you can get what you want. So symbolically, that would be the truest path of the hunter. The Hisokas, the Jings, the Neteros, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Even the series, like truly, the agendas are like being 100% real. Like he would be an excellent hunter if he were to ever try and like go through like the regular old process, which I'm not sure he would want to.
Yeah.
So
Even then,
like,
he would pass it if he did go through it.
but if he did, he would pass. He would go through like
And
very
I'd go
easily.
as far as to say that 12 to 13-year-old said he could do it as well. He'd pass
Yeah,
easily.
yeah. I think he could.
Yeah. I don't think,
Yeah,
honestly,
he had the mentality for it.
I don't think he has the quote unquote hunter mentality. He's more of to me, he's more of a martial artist. He's more like
Mm-hmm.
Netero. Because Netero didn't see himself as a hunter, because he saw himself as a fighter first and hunter second. Whereas Beyond was
Yes,
more of a
that's true.
hunter first, martial artist second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But he still got to the top of the association, even so.
Yeah, but that's just because he was that guy in terms of power.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
That is fascinating. We don't know how Netero became like the chairman. Like, was he a former Zodiac? Did he have a relationship with the 12th chairman, with the 11th chairman? Like, did he have a sort of relationship with? Did like the 11th chairman recommend him because he was like, "Yo, you're pretty strong. Like, we need someone like you on board." Like, it's fascinating. All right. Next is Gon's coma after Fox Bear attack.
There's always one.
Yeah, there's always a Pokemon one like this.
Yeah.
Hunter is a dream. Now, of course, this makes no
like,
sense.
that was so fun when I was 13 years old and heard about it for the first time. It was very fun.
Yeah, of course, this makes no sense because he wasn't even actually attacked. Because he wasn't even actually attacked, dude. He was just on the ground. He wasn't even attacked yet, and then Kite pulled up and stopped and then slayed the beast. It makes no
No,
sense.
you see, because that's part of the dream sequence. So he just imagined that he wasn't actually attacked, but actually he got completely mauled. And like this is why these type of things like don't
Yeah.
happen very far.
And then it's like,
because
how is he able to have dreams for the parts that he wasn't even there for? AK, because this person says Hunter x Hunter is a dream.
no, you misunderstand. It's
Yeah.
like all part of his 12-year-old imagination. Like the Diddy parties that's just something like a normal 12-year-old just dreams of. Like the carnivals, like all
Okay.
that shit. You know?
Dude, so dude's dreaming about things that he wasn't even there for or was even aware
Yeah,
of.
man.
Yeah.
Like
Just making things up.
Marina is a dream girl, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's like it's just a matter of like dreaming up someone perfect, and
Yeah.
it just like Sari could only exist in like the dream world because like if he ever came into like material reality, he would have like taken it over already. Like obviously.
Goofy as hell.
But
man.
no, Hunter x Hunter is not a dream.
Yeah.
And definitely not Gon's dream.
Yeah. But he can keep on hunting for his dream.
Hunting for your dream.
Yeah.
So good, bro. How did he do it?
Yeah. All right. Castro was also a clone. Let's get this goofy one out of the way. Clearly, he died. Unless this man pulled duplicate from Invincible, got folded, and then snuck back into the Immortal. You know, like some corny stuff like that. But obviously,
you know,
there is no, he fully dead. What's up, man? What are you gonna
say? No, I was just gonna say, you know the YouTube channel, The Theorizer. He has like 1 million subscribers. That he does like.
I don't know this.
No, but like I'm saying, like these are like on that level, like just crackpot nonsense.
Yeah.
Just like these don't make any type of sense.
Yeah.
It's like goes against what you're witnessing with your very eyes. It's like the same type of level of like theories going on in this level of the iceberg. It's very interesting.
All right.
This has gone off the rails.
Yeah. We have a few more to go. Because this recording's almost 2 hours long.
Woo-wee.
Yep. God, I'm not ready. I'm not looking forward to the next one because the next one's even bigger.
I already see we're still not done with the dream sequences talk.
No. All right. Next is Klein bottle-shaped world. I do not know what this is a reference to. What is this, Strata?
So Klein bottle-shaped world. You know how like Whale Island like looks like a whale?
Yeah.
It's like maybe like the world of Hunter x Hunter looks like a Coke bottle, like you know the classical Coke bottles.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it looks like that. That's the only thing I'm guessing at this point. Like I don't.
Yeah. So I'm looking at it. Yeah.
Or maybe that was part of like the dream sequence one. Like
yeah.
They're in a dream in a Klein bottle-shaped world, but I don't know what that would mean either.
Yeah. Example of a surface with no distinct inside or outside. In other words, it is a one-sided surface. I guess it's meant to be a flat Earth theory. You know? Because that's like an actual theory that people have that the world of Hunter is a flat surface.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe. Like you remember what I said about the Yu Yu Hakusho and Hunter x Hunter Unified theory, like them being in like a higher or lower dimension.
Yeah.
From the demon or spirit worlds, like maybe that's why, because like those things were like kind of flat, but like not really. Like the dimensions were like 3D, but like I can see how someone might call them flat.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I like a 4-dimensional world because that's apparently what it's like meant to be, but clearly that's not how the world of Hunter is. Cause
right, exactly.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. We only got 3 more to go. The first
It's been a
hiatus
ride.
never ended. Jumps plan B. I mean, it's true. It never ended.
I mean, we got a couple of like solid chapters, but it's just like it's all just one continuous hiatus if you think about it.
Yeah, it's all you think of it when you really think about it. In reality, the series is the hiatus, and we just happen to get some some things every now and then in the midst of that hiatus.
Precisely,
Yeah,
precisely.
because we
Right.
know we're gonna get 10 chapters, and then we're going back to the hiatus. You know,
I mean, I too like to think that Koba and Toba never happened. So
Hunter
like
x
in
Hunter
that
never
sense,
started. Hunter x Hunter never truly started. It was a hiatus. The hiatus came first, then
Hunter
yeah,
Hunter x Hunter actually exists outside of time. You see,
yeah, yeah.
it's the Higgs boson that allows for like the
Hmm.
fine structure constant of the universe to be maintained.
Yeah.
And that's why it's in like that flat shaped, Klein shaped bubble universe type of
Hmm.
deal.
Yeah, like it's circular.
You
All
know,
right.
it's cyclical.
Yeah.
It's like poetry, so that they rhyme. Each
Yo,
seems to kind of
yo, Mr. Lucas.
it's Lucas. You know, hopefully it'll work.
Yo. All right. Togashi Patreon account. Let's be real here. If this man had a Patreon account, we'd all be giving this man our paychecks.
I
We'd
would have
be
took out a mortgage already.
yeah.
But then like, here you go.
I would
Like
have
it's
pulled. Listen, I would have pulled a Zepile where he had to like give out like sell his kidney to get the money to give it to Gon.
yeah, man, I
Yeah,
agree. Like I would sell my kidney for for a Togashi Patreon account.
yeah,
I'd be willing to do that.
yeah. Unfortunately,
I,
I what's funny is that but when this was made, this is way before 2022. This man had has no social media presence at all whatsoever until that Twitter account.
that's crazy to imagine the
Yeah,
time before that Twitter account, because like he blew up so hard instantly.
most followed
Just
mangaka on
like
the face of the earth. Has the most motion.
instantly, bro. Like instantly. That's the thing. It
Instantly.
wasn't even a question. It wasn't even like a competition, like T Series versus PewDiePie. Like
Yeah.
nothing's like no. It's just as soon as he opened one,
He
he's the top
dominated.
one. That's
He
it,
dominated, bro. He dominated Loda
bro.
twice. And I say
Bro,
twice
that's
because anime One Piece Twitter account and then his actual account. He dominated both. He surpassed him.
wait. Does Oda have a One Piece account?
He does.
A Twitter account?
He has a Twitter account. He dog walked them.
Wow, I didn't even know he had one.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like, dude,
Do
it's
people? Do One Piece fans retweet Oda? Like,
they got no motion. I
I've
think they're
never seen it.
listen. I think the One Piece fans are they're closeted Hunter fans in a weird way because they're way more obsessed meat riding Togashi, aka hate watching Togashi, because as soon as Togashi came back, these guys wanted to send the hate messages because Togashi made them fear like, yo, this guy's about to drop chapters and we're about to get cooked. You know?
He's gonna take the number one spot from One Piece once
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, once again. These guys were scared because they knew Togashi was
In the
about to
ratings.
show their goat was a fraud. Because we actually had a peak story for reference to read alongside the garbage. But yeah, it's fascinating, man. When you look at Togashi, this is a guy with no social media presence whatsoever. This man, granted, most mangaka are private, very private individuals. But even among mangaka, this guy was like a hermit. Because at least most of these mangaka, they at least had a Twitter account. They kept up with
Right.
the times. In order to like interact with the fans, or well, quote unquote interact. Really, it's their editors or the people, their
Right, you're
assistants
right.
managing this.
Mm-hmm.
Togashi didn't even have a Twitter account. He had nothing, none of that sort. Some of these mangaka
Yeah, he's
go
very
beyond.
old school.
Yeah, he's very old school. And then he came back with that Twitter account in 2022, and that took us by surprise. So it's kind of funny that this exists here, because at this point he never had a social media account whatsoever.
Right.
Like, you'd be hard pressed to even find information about this guy or any interviews, during the 2018 or like 2020 from 2022, because this guy, all I remember is this one bit of this one bit of information. This was years ago. This was before 2022. Years before, where a bunch of Japanese guys they went to Togashi's place and they asked him if he was willing or ready to go back into riding Hunter, and the goat said no, and then they walked away in shame. So, like, dude, that was the only thing that we ever heard. And then after that, not a single peep. Nothing. Like, it's like this guy dropped off the face of the earth. We didn't know if he was alive or not, you know? Like,
What's wild is like you could see it in the future, like him doing something
we're
like
blessed.
opening a Patreon account for his
Yeah.
brother's thing, and like it would blow up.
Bro, yeah, dude, he would blow.
But
Dude, that Togashi is just so great, man. He's
yeah,
just so
yeah,
phenomenal to me because you look at him compared to other writers, other mangaka. First off, this guy has the greatest level of accolades.
yeah,
I even made
yep,
a
absolutely.
post about it like a few hours
Like the
ago.
people that people look up to him, and
Yeah,
indisputably, like it unequivocally, each and every time.
this
It's crazy.
guy, no one cares about Lovely in the West, but I do, you do, some few people do. Lovely actually is respected in Japan. This guy
Mm,
has some of the biggest shonen of all time. Most of these mangaka would be lucky to have one important like big series. The
yeah,
person who made Death Note, I mean, yeah, they made what was it?
frauds. Nah,
The,
I'm
the,
not. I'm not giving them any. I'm not giving them any leeway to frauds.
didn't they make that one
Absolute
manga about
frauds.
the person who makes manga? Bakuman?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. They made Bakuman
yeah.
frauds.
But it's like that's it.
I maintain that they are frauds. Yeah,
And even then, Death Note's way popular than Bakuman. And then after
yeah.
that, they fell off. They never made anything on that level again. Most of these mangaka, as good as they were when they made their prime big series, they couldn't replicate that success. You look at
Most other mangaka depend on their editors, whereas
yeah,
like Togashi like is the editor
you look
that
at
they depend on.
yeah, we talked about this before. Kishimoto, after Naruto ended, he went to go make his corny other series, and it failed and flopped like a fish. And then he walked back to Boruto. He crawled back to it. Kubo, he tried to do
Wow.
his Burn the Witch. No one cared, and then he went back to Bleach and working on the anime. And
Hmm.
supposedly he's gonna continue the Bleach manga, and people have been waiting for that for years. You know,
I thought it was over.
supposedly they're gonna continue it, but again, that's like
Uh,
that's never happened. That's never come to be. But a lot of these mangaka are frauds. But you look at Togashi himself, the GOAT. This guy has made two of the biggest popular series of all time. I can only list a few other mangaka. The guy Urusawa and the guy who made Akagi and Kaiji. He's made a whole bunch of popular goated manga. A lot of man, you'd think because you look at J.R. Martin, no one cares about him. No one cares about him. You look at him
yeah,
now, no one
that
talks about him anymore.
crazy because they will disrespect him to his face these days. Is crazy.
Yeah,
Like, granted,
no one
he
talks
is
about him.
clearly autistic, but like,
Yeah,
even then, like back in the day, even though the autistic person would never like talk to that, like to one of the top tier authors. You get the, which to be fair is
Mhm.
like I obviously don't do that, but like
yeah,
that doesn't need to be said. But it's like also in your head, like everybody's asking it in their head because it's just like, bro,
yeah,
like the idea that you will ever finish a Dream of Spring is like muted. Like they just want at least like one more book.
yeah. At least wins the winter. But That's what I was gonna say. When you look at the era from 2018 to 2022, it's special because this is the era of inactivity. Yet ironically, Hunter actually became bigger than ever before. I've never seen this in
Yeah,
all of my life.
I noticed that too.
Yeah,
It was
because
wild.
Hunter x Hunter, the 2011 anime, it's when it first came out, it was pretty niche. Most people were maybe you got some new people, a bunch of the 99 guys that were watching, or maybe a bunch of the manga readers were experiencing Hunter 2011. But it wasn't that big compared to most of the other like anime at that time. Your Attack on Titan back in 2013, your Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, your all these other shows. They were much more bigger. They were a lot more mainstream. Hunter x Hunter wasn't like that. 2011. from what I recall, and 2011 ended in 2014. It was
Mhm.
still pretty niche from this point in time. It didn't have its big boom until 2018 when Togashi first went on that massive hiatus, and then it had another massive boom, and this was during the COVID era, where people were,
Mhm.
because this was during the time where anime itself was popping off because of Demon Slayer, and all
Right.
these
You
other
had like
series.
all the rappers and
Yeah,
stuff. Like
JoJo was becoming hella mainstream at that time.
right,
A
right,
lot
right.
like now
Everybody
anime
was.
was considered cool. You no longer didn't need to be in the closet. And now as a
Yeah, you
result,
can watch
Hunter blew up more.
JJK ads on Times Square, all that shit.
Yeah. And as a result, Hunter blew up even further.
Right, by
And
association.
and because Togashi was writing something as godly as Succession War, and we had those last 10 chapters, 381 to 390 during that time, it's like, yo, like
Man, I
he
miss
just
those
left
days
off.
already.
Yeah,
Honestly,
he
those are so.
yeah, he left off on such a
Those are
crazy
peak.
stretch. Hulkenberg, pull with the arrow ability, him trying to assassinate Nasubi, commit patricide. The stuff with him dog walking Shikaku. The stuff with Seti. Kacho's death. The stuff at the very end with the mafia families, like finally like Duke scrapping. It's like, yo, the story's reaching this high, this like really anticipated moment, and then he just disappears. Nothing but silence for straight up years, man. But because of the greatness and because of the 2011 anime and anime as a whole becoming bigger, Togashi's mystique, his mythological presence, his power continue to rise and rise and rise and accumulate over the decades. And we maintained a following. We still kept talking about Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter was never going away. Even during those years, you think that we just
Yeah,
stop
the
and
real fans kept
yeah,
the flame alive.
yeah, we kept it alive. You'd think that the series would be gone. And then the GOAT came back, and it's like the series is bigger than ever it was ever before.
Better than ever, bro.
Yeah,
It's
bigger than ever
crazy.
before. You look at it now, man.
Yo.
We've had stage plays. We've had Nen Impact, as garbage as it was, but we've had a game. We've we've had we've had three stage plays. We're potentially getting the fourth one, Chimera Ant, and we have like what that Nen Survivor game. We've had a board game,
Mhm.
as garbage as it was, and no one talked about it because the advertising was garbage by Kess Entertainment. That
Man, I
exists.
want the board game so bad though. That's the thing. I want it to be popular. Like it could be so much popular than chess.
Yeah,
Is like chess can be $1 billion industry in and of itself.
yeah,
Like this could be like multi-billion-dollar
hmm
industry. Like if somebody like actually
yeah.
confident was able to run it.
And we've had way more merch and merchandise than we've had before. Like hell, we even have merchandise for Zodiacs. We didn't get that before.
Yes.
Most merchandise was like your typical popular characters, your royal guards, your Gon, Killua, Leorio, Hisoka, and then like your other your Phantom Troop members, and that's about it. And back then, before Togashi ever came back and Hunter x Hunter came back, man, all we had was like Nen Escape, these escape rooms, or like these.
Oh man,
Yeah, all we had was
the
that. All we
drop.
had was like that Mobig card game stuff. We had nothing special, and
No,
most of
like
these were like only for the Japanese people.
damn, you're
So
dealing me psychic damage, man.
yeah, I'm bringing you
I
back,
remember
bro.
those days.
I'm an OG. Like I'm an OG. I remember these things. A lot of these viewers probably don't even know. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Nah, dude, you had to have been there. You needed to be there, bro. It was awful back in the day. We had nothing compared to now. It's a blessing. It's beautiful, man, being a fan of Hunter x Hunter and seeing like, bro, this series is bigger than ever before. It's
I
crazy.
mean,
And
it
this
can
has been
only go up from here.
it can
That's the
only
crazy
go up
part
from
is
here
because like that, because
because
like
of
the arc,
Succession War.
like you said, like with Sari, it's only gonna get elevated even higher.
Yeah,
Like
cuz
with between the Miriam,
yeah,
Sari, and
like
Karapika's coming back, Leorio coming
yeah,
back.
dude.
It's like
With
yeah,
Togashi having a Twitter, with anime in general, with anime and manga actually you no longer have to be in the closet in the West and it being actually respected and actually like looked at, you know, in good light. Anime itself is becoming bigger. Manga is becoming much bigger, and Succession War is shaping up to be one of the greatest, most ambitious stories of our generation. Period. One of the greatest manga
Period.
arcs of all time. And in fact, it is already the best manga arc of all time in terms of just setup and technical writing ability prowess alone.
Definitely the best setup I've ever seen in my
Easily
life.
the best.
Like,
Easily the best.
easily,
Like,
yes.
and it's like, man, Togashi is writing our modern day masterpiece, and meanwhile Hunter just has this extra like media, regardless if it's
Like,
good or not. The fact is we're getting media compared to back then we had nothing.
like he's the Tolstoy of our day. Like he's
Yeah,
out here talking with idols and everything,
it's
and like
it's
you're meeting. He's gonna be meeting with
yeah,
royalty
it's
pretty soon.
crazy, man.
I'm willing to bet he will meet with
I've
royalty
never
eventually.
seen a writer, a person who somehow keeps. It's like Michael Jordan, bro. Like
Yeah,
his Michael Jordan, his legacy just
he
continues
only
to
gets
snowball
better.
and accumulate. He just becomes more and more that guy. Like, dude, even now to this day, we still talk about Michael Jordan. You know, when we talk about goat debates, we talk, and then you look at Togashi. It's like, bro, he's been in the business since technically the late '80s, but he really popped off in the early '90s with Yu Yu from '91 to '94. And then he made Level E from 95 to 97. And then he made Hunter x Hunter in 98. And that's been going strong for 20 plus years. And it's like, man, it's baffling. It just continues to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And it only will. When Succession War keeps continuing, people will continue to talk about it more because it's the greatest arc of all time. And then people are gonna notice, like, yo, they're not gonna there's no way they're not gonna pay attention to this. Bro.
Like, let's be 100% real here. Like,
Yeah.
the anime, the money that could be made off of Hunter x Hunter returning the anime is just like, even like the most greedy, like I don't give a shit capitalists on the
Mm-hmm.
world, they're gonna be looking at this like, hey, this is our chance to finally make it big because this is gonna be like
Yeah.
the best investment you can make outside of like Nvidia chips back in like 2010. I don't even know.
Dude. Like, it's it's legitimately impressive. Like, people don't think about it.
Yes,
People really do
yes,
not think about the legacy Togashi has and how he just continues getting better. That's why
already,
I respect this guy to such
already.
an extent, man. Like, man, he's he's a once in a generational talent, like Satoshi
Yeah,
Kon.
yeah. Like I said, he is the Tolstoy of our day,
Yeah,
basically.
and unlike most of these guys who like, because a lot of these guys, you know, a lot of these mangaka, a lot of these, these people, they have an era where they rise and then they kind of plateau and then they stagnate and fall off and they're not talked about as much. You look at J.R.R. Martin, no one talks about him like that. No one cares about him. Whereas ironically with Hunter being in hiatus and Togashi being MIA for 4 plus years, he was talked
We're
about more and
always
more
waiting
and
for
more.
his return. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Like,
Like he's developed a truly loyal
I've
following.
never
Like
seen that.
that's
I've
that's
never
the
seen
thing.
that, man. Like, maybe with Nana and Vagabond, where with
Yeah.
Vagabond you can give up. That's never going to continue. And even then,
Oof.
the dude wants to work on his real manga. But I've never seen a manga or a writer. Well, J.R. Martin doesn't count. Being gone, not publicizing, not doing anything serialization wise for 4 plus years, and he's still bigger than ever before. I've
Like the thing is, like with George R. R. Martin, the comparison doesn't really work because like he's big, but like he's big because they're waiting for him to like release the stuff. Whereas
yeah
like he's beloved, and we're like waiting patiently, like by and large. Like oh, there's always gonna be a few like dickheads, but like
yeah.
by and large, the vast majority of people are just waiting patiently and just enjoying the detours, as it were.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, bro, he's phenomenal.
Indeed.
We have one last thing to talk about, and that's cocking fallacy second.
The cock-in fallacy.
Yeah.
Now, what could they be talking about? Is that this could be referring to the fallacy of the trolley problem type of deal?
I assume. Maybe.
Because it could be referring to the idea that Nasubi said that the country always comes first, and it's just a matter of who
Which
sits
prince?
on the chair.
Yeah, which prince presses the lever?
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe the fallacy in this case is that there doesn't need to be anyone on a lever. You could get people off the train, i.e., by stealing
It's
the
basically,
sacred treasures.
it's basically with what was it, the Ottomans, right?
I think so.
The what Succession War is based off of, where instead where
All right. Instead of like strangling all the brothers, all the siblings, the succession war, the elite overproduction, as it were, is
mhm,
dealt with like in a more
yeah, because they essentially
official
realize
capacity.
that it's the country, in order for the country to survive and continue like existing and prolonging its dynasty, they essentially had to sacrifice his kin in order to, for the greater good, which is the prolong the existence of the country. And in his case, what Nasubi is saying is that it's not a binary choice where you're choosing between the people and the princes. In
Hmm.
reality, it's just one straight path. Either you choose to be on the rails being tied up, waiting for that train to run you over and finish you, or
Hmm.
you're the one that's actually running the damn thing, and the train itself is the country.
Right.
Yep. I assume that's what this is talking about.
Could be.
Okay.
Could be. But yeah, that's all of enlightenment to you.
Yeah.
Man, that was wild. That
Yeah.
made no type of sense. Which is crazy because like I'm looking at through transcendency tier and like a lot of these like actually make sense. Like you can actually like look into these. Like they're probably still not true. Because
Yeah.
like at least there's a chord of logic to them. Like this one went off the rails and was like very disconnected.
Yeah. I'm. This
But
is.
we showed our
Yeah.
enlightenment by staying focused. So.
Mm-hmm. We glazed Togashi, which is the most important thing. We maintained our agendas. We
The
slandered the
agendas always
2011
come first.
movies. We talked about some stuff.
Yeah, yeah, we praise level E as it should be.